checkup today, and it really went well. We cut some stitches off my kitty.
Hi, I was once a trans youth, and now I'm a happy 22-year-old trans adult student at New College of Florida. This is my health care. Ma'am?
Does that look like a happy...
What?
22-year-old you? And does healthcare involve a syringe and hormones for the rest of your life? Is that what you're going for at that age? Let me know.
Don't tread on it.
Right.
Hello, my name is Zip. I am 10 years old. I use they,
You're 10 years old. Okay.
them pronouns.
First of all, this poor child
Pronouns? You're 10 years old!
clearly was coached by the parents, so whatever comes out of the child's mouth was pushed in there from the Munchausen by proxy parents. It's hard for me to take them seriously.
And I am transgender non-binary.
Right.
What? You're 10 years old and you're... What? You're 10 years old. Shouldn't even know this shit. All right, let's continue.
Of course.
At what point do I go from being someone you protect to someone who is a threat?
None of these...
What? Being someone you protect? Your parents protect you. They're responsible for you. They created you. Let's continue.
These people have read any of the legislation. They're trying to protect kids like this. In other words, let's do at least 30 visits, be living in the other transition or the other gender for a year, not just visit one, hormone blockers, cut off parts, visit two. That's what they're going for because the community didn't...
It's exactly what they're going for. They're going after our fucking children.
police itself. That's why we're here.
Not based on my heart or any of my actions, but just based
You're 10.
on my genitalia.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're 10.
I can't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. You wanted to be Spider-Man when you were 6 for
Yeah.
4 months in a row, but now you want to be a girl, and you were taught this. I'm sure there's a small group of people that maybe when they get older, as they develop and hit puberty, this could be a thing, but not at 10. I mean, it doesn't exist. This wasn't a thing before 3 years ago. It was very, very small. Now these people are coming out of the woodwork.
And you're
It was never a thing. It was never a thing. I was born in the 80s. This was never a thing. But now it's gotten to us. And it's infecting our children.
ignorant ideas of what you think who I am means. I deserve to age without fear that the bathroom and change space.
No, you need an ass whooping.
That allows me to feel safe.
Okay, what about the rest of the people? We have to start there. I understand what this 10-year-old wants and that they've been told they want. But the rest of the people involved here, if there's 30 girls and they're used to being in a girls' locker room and a young boy comes in with his junk hanging out, it may be unsettling. So do we just bend the knee for a small group of people so the rest of the girls have to subjugate themselves to this whim?
And at peace?
Exactly. Do you want your daughters to see a big fucking Johnson hanging Wang? This is not moral.
Will be taken from me.
Right.
I deserve to become an adult that has freedom.
No, you're not an adult. You're 10 years old.
To use a change room. I deserve.
Boy, who wrote this script for this poor 10-year-old boy? The parents just decided, it's a Jazz Jennings thing, right? stick them in a dress, you start transitioning before they even hit puberty. You tell them enough. You love bomb them into believing, oh, you're the opposite gender. I mean, the kid could be different, could be a gay kid, could be lots of things here. Instead of saying, hey, what do you like to do, son? Let's go out and walk on the beach. Let's play soccer. They focus
Preach on, brother.
all of their time, and they being the parents and the zealots, all of their time on sexuality. I don't get it.
I deserve this right,
Sure, right.
now and for my
You don't deserve shit. You're 10 years old.
future. I urge council to allow all transgender
Let me thank you in advance. Go in the description below. I do videos on locals that are
people access the bathrooms and change rooms they need.
So we're going to change centuries the way things have been done for this group.
Yeah, centuries. Adam and Eve.
That's what we're doing. I mean, we're saying we saw the thing that happened to the girls' basketball team. They didn't want to play against another team that had transgender. They're just kicked out of the league. Like, well, we don't feel like it's fair sport. So now I'm supposed to say my 5-year-old, when this human's 20, can go in, wash their hands, and there's a human with a thing sticking out. And I'm supposed to say, well, this is
Yeah, there's a big cock in front of you. You want this in front of your children?
the way it works. They could be the nicest person in the world. They could be. But unfortunately, we can't bend the rules for every nice person. Otherwise, there is no rules. There is no decorum. There is no, I mean, do these people's parents think, well, you know, son, you're different, or you're whatever you are now, you're different. We love you to the death, but we got to respect everybody else in the world because you're unique. They're not unique. Everybody else is, call it normal. You're gifted.
No, they're not unique. They're infectious. They're infiltrators. Do you not understand this?
Right? You're special.
Because
You're fucking special. No, you're 10 years old.
Right.
when trans adults are trans adults
Get it
thrive,
out, son.
trans kids survive.
Right, of course.
Thank you.
Hi, I was once a trans youth, and now I'm a happy 22-year-old trans adult student at New College of Florida. This is
No, you're mentally ill. Fucking green hair. You're queer. I'm saying it. You're queer. You're mentally ill.
my health care.
Okay, New College generally is full of weirdos to begin with. I no doubt in my mind a bunch of them now are trans. The place was all like hippie bohemians. And it used to have to be pretty smart to get in there. I lived in the area, but none of this, that's not healthcare right there. That you're permanently taking hormones to get yourself in your head to a place that's not, you weren't born that way. Remember, born this way?
Exactly. You're not born that way. Oh, you're doing some kind of college movement? You're injecting yourself with hormones? First of all, that needle isn't even in your fucking arm. It's on the side. I can see this. Let's continue.
I don't know, that doesn't matter anymore.
Ma'am? Okay.
Don't tread on it.
Yeah.
Senator Yarbrough has militarized the Florida GOP into the genital Gestapo. Ron DeSantis wants trans people dead. You are committing genocide.
Nobody wants trans people dead. That's not a thing. We're saying with children, we're gonna leave them alone.
Yeah, we don't really hate you, but you're going after our children, and that is the problem.
Right? We're going to let them develop on their own. As needed, we'll address any kind of mental health issues that arise. That's what the bill's about.
In Germany, in the aftermath of Nazis, and what
This one's not telling the truth. I can tell you right off the bat. By my age, in her 50s, she did not grow up in Germany in the aftermath of the Nazis. That wouldn't be true. So she would have to be at least probably 70 to grow up in the aftermath to remember any of this, right? And none of this, what she's saying, is accurate. But the buzzwords are good, right?
you people are doing is no different. This is trans.
He's absolutely right. I did my history. I studied Night of Broken Glass.
Phobic. It is cruel, and you really should be ashamed.
Right.
What you are doing by signing this bill is an act of war. The way it is,
Well, the bill's been poll tested by the voters of Florida, and the voters of Florida don't want what's going on. I mean, that is the bottom line. These politicians don't propose.
Nobody wants what's going on. But we're tolerating it. It has to stop.
Legislation without poll testing it in the district, and they already know why they were elected. It's gone too far, and the community sadly didn't police itself. So before
Absolutely. It's gone too far.
3 years ago, we didn't hear about a push and explosion of gender clinics everywhere. It wasn't a thing. But now it's all you hear about. So this is what happens when things get out of bounds.
As it is now, why people build.
It's totally out of bounds. It's in our fucking schools.
Die.
Right.
And that blood, if you support this bill, will be on your heads.
The group of people we're talking about already have a high rate of self-cancellation. That is a given. We know that. We've seen no proof that doing more, giving hormones and cutting off parts helps with the self-cancellation. If there was a study, you would hear about that study nonstop, 24/7, until you complied with the talking points, until the...
Yes, please delete yourself so we don't have to do it for you.
morale improved and you stopped with the thought crimes.
12 years old, I'm not buying. If you pass this bill, many of us will die. I deserve to live as long as all of you. We are humans too.
When I was 2, I wanted to kill myself. By the time I was 15, I attempted to suck my own breasts off.
What does that have to
How many dicks have you sucked?
do with the rest of the law? I mean, you've got a unique problem, probably needs to be really addressed in the mental health department, right? If you want to self-harm, I don't care whether it's because it's a mammary gland or you want to self-cut your wrist, you may need to seek help. I don't know that enough hormones are out there to help you with that. Let's be honest here, because you're still going to wake up and you're going to go, okay, I'm a woman. I know that. I cut off my mammary glands, hips like a woman, my behavior, my brain still works that way. I know I'm taking lots of testosterone, bodybuilder levels. Guess what? I'm still a woman.
I went to the ER because I was bleeding out.
Right.
I'd also like to implore you all to remember that less than a week ago, gun law restrictions were loosened.
Gun laws are a constitutional right, whether you like it or not. I know some people hate the Second Amendment. That is in the Constitution. If we're going to have any rule of law, we have to stick with, we've got a Constitution, right? Unless you want to make an amendment to it. These people don't care about any of that. They want to eviscerate the Constitution, the first, the second. Every amendment, they want you to comply with giving them whatever they demand. And the demands will change. Of course, it'll be reparations next.
Anyone who thinks it's a good idea to come and take my child, I dare you.
Every time that I look at it,
Notice how that bitch walked away. She turned her back. You throw your 2 cents on the table, and then you just walked away like you're the boss. No, bitch, you're not the boss. Let us continue.
you guys in this committee, I realized more and more that you guys want to commit transgenocide and that
What the fucking hell is that?
our blood is on your
You know what it is? That's a person that never worked in their life.
hand.
Now, if you're following along here, the grassroots have created this trans Holocaust. Everybody's coming to get us. They've created that. And it starts at the top, the Dylans, the Jeffries. They trickle it down to the midwits, then to the morons, and then they push this along. Whether anything's really happening to them, what's going to affect this young girl's life is irrelevant. Because they're going to say it, and they're going to get these clips. It's going to go all over TikTok, and they keep pushing and pushing. He's the devil. I'm a saint. That, you know, you see how it works.
I am the parent of a transgender child who
I'm
is
sorry.
almost
Bad
8
luck for
years
you.
old. And we're at the beginning of our journey. And what you're doing is taking away
Right.
life-saving potential opportunity for me.
Sure.
Now, is there any proof it's life-saving? I mean, real question. The answer is no, there's no proof, because if there was proof, these people would bring that proof and put it up there and talk about nonstop, and it wouldn't pass. Because if there was real proof, this is helping people. I see no government to say, well, we're going to disallow it if it's helping. I mean, we know that in today's climate. It would be a lot easier to say, hey, here's the studies. It's helping these people. Well, we're going to continue on with it. That would be a lot easier having to deal with these zealots.
In my family,
Every 45 seconds, a trans person makes an attempt on their life,
What
meaning
the
that one happens
fuck
every
is that?
two speakers that you saw this very.
It has nothing to do with whether you take hormones or add body parts, subtract body parts. Almost absolutely zero to do with it. So that will continue on until you address what's up in your noggin, right? In your brain. And it will continue. None of this is going to change.
This motherfucker got purple hair. Wearing a dress? You ain't the Crow. First of all, the movie. It's a movie.
You can get up there and demand and ask for free hormones, ask for free gender-affirming surgeries, and still, the end result is going to be the same.
Moment. 10 years ago, that was me. And 1 year ago, that was one of my siblings. And tomorrow, it will be the children of people in this room. Your vote on this bill determines if that 45 seconds becomes 30.
I understand why we're allowing this small group of people to dictate policy. I mean,
Yeah,
these
for real.
same people, let's just say you can't get the hormones you want for your 5-year-old in Florida. Let's get it shipped from California. None of this really matters to them in the end, but they're going to streamline if they've been taught. And some of them, I think, truly believe they're trying to cancel us in total. But this group of people right here wants to cancel your free speech. They don't want you having an opinion that's outside of the talking points. I say that often, but
Yeah, these fucking snowflakes don't want us to have an opinion. Well, guess what? We're going to tell you how it is, snowflakes. Preach on, brother.
there is talking points and they change, and you will stay inside of them, or you will be canceled from the social discourse, meaning social media.
Hey guys, I'm just going to update you. I had my 3-week checkup today.
Here's the result of it. Okay, so we've got a group
There we go.
of self-described mentally ill that have come out and said, yeah, I've got autism, got severe depression, bipolar.
Mentally ill.
Somehow or the other, a doctor said, I could consent to getting parts cut off. I mean, that is a real thing. This person got their lower unit as a man chopped off. I'm talking in codes because I don't know YouTube's terms of service.
And it really went well. We cut some stitches off my kitty.
That's great.
And then
Your kitty? You don't have a kitty. You were born a man.
the healing is really going well.
Right.
It looked really good. So
What do you get? How's the healing go well? So you have to insert objects into this new doctor design.
Yeah. If you get your shit cut off, you got to put something in there to keep it open. It's just like getting your ear pierced. If you don't have a stud in there, it's gonna close. Let us continue.
Pouch, whatever you want to call it, all the time, because
There. Pouch. 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 Is that your... whatever. Let's continue.
the wounds heal, right? Like it's scabs, and then you have to pull the scab apart to keep the wound open. The new neo
Thank you.
vagina, I think they call it. I saw that in a Canadian publication.
Mangina? The fuck is that?
Neo cervix, which I'm going, okay, I understand what you're saying, but it's not a thing. I mean, it's making this up.
I'm clear to go do some more movement. I'm cleared for short walks. I'm cleared.
No, you're mentally ill. Oh, I'm gonna go for walks. I cut my junk off. I made a choice. I cut my wiener. I cut my franken beans off. Now I'm depressed because I don't have a franken wiener.
To start going to my art show that I'm featured in.
Oh, you're an artist now.
So I'm clear to do a lot of things now.
You could look at this individual and know something's not right. If you met them, interacting with them, say at church, you know something's a little off. I wish these people well, but I think you have to start with the primary issue, which it doesn't seem like it's happening.
Yeah, I wish them well too, and I wish they would all keep this shit to themselves, but now it's all over social media, and it's affecting our children.
What's going on in the brain, right? Mental health counseling, get involved in some other things, but it's not. Let me thank you in advance. Go in the description below. I do videos on locals that are nowhere else, also on Rumble.
Not bedridden, so I'm clear to go up and down steps. What else am I clear to do? I'm clear to move. I'm clear to double my steps in the next few days, triple my steps.
This was something they did by choice, like voluntary, and they did voluntarily, right? They just set up.
Yes, it was voluntary. It was voluntary. You decided to get your fucking manhood cut off, and now you are suffering the consequences. You don't have a dick anymore. You thought you were going to get a vagina. Guess what? Nope. Please go kill yourself.
God gave me when I was a man, lop that off, and I'm going to put something in, some design feature that shouldn't be there. And none of this ends well. I mean, I talk to lots of detrans people on Twitter because I think they're a very important voice in this, and none of them are happy with the end result. I'm not talking like Blair White's because Blair hasn't cut off the lower.
There it is. Nobody is happy with the end results.
Part. The people who've got to cut off, install the fake, you get me. None of them are happy because it's not supposed to work. This is a radical surgery. Just think about it. You just had back surgery. You know how hard that is to make it work. And if you made it this far, thank you for your time. Again, go to the description below. Locals is free. I do videos.
There you have it. Mohawk out.